channel. I've been fixing cars for the past 46 years. And in all those years, I can think of countless times I had to fix things on cars that people had broken themselves because they didn't know that they were supposed to do certain things and not do other things to prevent damage from occurring. So today I'm going to show you how to prevent from damaging your own car while you're fixing it so you can save money and not ruin anything. Now the first thing has to do with electrical work on your car. Whenever you're doing electrical work on your car, make a point of loosening one of the battery terminals, doesn't matter which one, and take it off the battery and move it out of the way. Because once you remove one of the battery terminals, the battery is no longer connected to the circuits of the car, so there's no power flowing through it. Well, then if you're working on something like the alternator and you inadvertently short one of the wires against the metal, it won't do any harm at all. Because if the car is powered up and you cross some wires to ground, you can even ruin the main computer of the car. They cost a small fortune. Once you unplug the battery, there's no power going to it and you can't harm any of the electronics. Because when both battery terminals are connected to the car and power is flowing throughout the car, then every metal part of the car has negative power from the negative terminal, and all the positive wires have positive power from the positive battery terminal. So if you're working on a car with the battery connected and you accidentally touch any metal part to a ground of the car and any live wire, it can short all kinds of things out. Now the next thing to warn you about is working on complex computer parts on your car. You might think I'm wearing these rubber gloves just to keep my hands clean when I'm working, and that's one aspect of it. But these computer parts are so sensitive that static electricity from your body can actually short them out. And since rubber is a good insulator, you don't have to worry about that when you're wearing rubber gloves. So when you're working on electronics, good idea to be wearing rubber gloves so you don't short anything out. Because the static electricity that your body can build up is plenty enough power to knock out a computer circuit. And my next warning has to do with voltage in the car. As you can see, the battery terminal here has 12.8 volts, which is normal for a good battery. But don't think that everything on your car works on only 12 volts. But many electrical devices, like computer sensors, often work on only a 4-volt reference. And guess what? If you apply 12 volts to them, you'll fry the whole system out. So understand what voltage you're working with. Don't just start hooking up 12 volts to test certain devices. You can burn them out. And my last tip has to do with checking electrical wiring. A lot of guys working on wiring will just get some strippers and they'll strip some of the insulation off, and then they'll test the wiring on this bare part here. But that's really a no-no, especially on modern computer cars. This will get corroded over time and it can short out the whole system. So instead you want to get one of these power probe testing devices. Inside the head there's a little needle. And when you put the wire inside, it automatically centers and you tighten the back. Then the little wire inside pokes inside, touches the metal so you can do testing at the other end with any kind of testing device. Then when you're done, you can see there's just this tiny little hole that almost seals itself. And if even that worries you, you can put a dab of silicone sealer on it so nothing can get inside. Because you don't want to destroy your own car while you're working on it, and if you do these few simple things, you won't. So don't worry about working on electrical parts of your car, just understand how to do it correctly. And remember, if you have any car questions, just visit the Scotty Kilmer channel.